Good afternoon, guys. I'm here with my daughter Juliana, and I wanted to go ahead and do a short little video of my labor and delivery story. So Miss Juliana was born March 11th, 2015, and her original due date was March 13th, 2015. My labor started at 4 o'clock in the morning on March 10th. I got up, noticed that there was a little bit more pain than the normal little cramps that I was getting before, so my body was kind of telling me, hey, maybe this is it. So I got up, went out to the living room, sat there for a bit, and I started timing my contractions, and they were anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes. So I knew this was the start of something, because if it was just normal cramps, they would have gone away, but they were steady and they were there. So around 6 o'clock in the morning, I decided to go back to bed and get some sleep. I said, maybe this is it. Let me try to get some sleep. Didn't even bother waking up Mike. So about literally a minute to 7, because I remember looking at my phone, something told me to get up from the bed. I got up, and when I did, my water broke all over my legs. Like, it was just, open the gates, floods coming, it's here. Mike immediately jumped up. We're looking at each other. I was like, this is it. What are we gonna do? I don't know if I can do this. I swear it was like a cartoon. It was like he could have just slapped me in the face and he's like, get it together. We got this. You're gonna do fine. We're having this baby. My midwife, and I let her know. She said, don't come in until the contractions started getting a little bit closer together. So my contractions started around 9 o'clock. They like started back up at 9. Because after my water broke, I really didn't have much contraction. So 9 o'clock that started. I had left to go see the midwife at 11. I wanted to give birth at a birthing center. I had already had all my appointments and everything. I wanted to go ahead and do a natural birth. Like, things did change, and I ended up having a hospital birth with her, which I'm going to go ahead and lead up to that. So as soon as we got there, she went ahead and monitored me. She checked me. I was only about 2 or 3 centimeters. Checked my blood pressure. Unfortunately, my blood pressure was in the hypertensive state. So she said, okay, let's lay you down for about 20 minutes on your left side. If it doesn't go down, we're going to have to transfer you over to the hospital, and you're going to have your baby there. So there I am, laying for about 20 minutes. She came to check. It only went down a little bit. She advised me the safest thing to do for me and the baby was to go ahead and transfer over to the hospital. So my dreams were crushed. There goes my all-natural birth without any IVs, without any medication. So I went ahead and went over to the hospital. We went there around 12 o'clock. They went ahead and started fluids in me, and about 8 hours into the labor, I didn't have any Pitocin or anything, and I just wanted things to start smoothly and naturally, and I wanted my dilation to progress. Unfortunately, after 8 hours of being there, nothing was happening. There were no changes to my cervix. The contractions were still on and off, and they were still within the 6 to 10 minute range. So they went ahead, started Pitocin. Through the night, nothing really changed either. It was already morning time. They went ahead and they upped the Pitocin a couple times through the night. Still nothing had changed in the morning. I was so fearful of a cesarean. So, I think it was maybe around 10 o'clock in the morning. They finally came in, they checked me. I was at 6 centimeters, so there was some progress, and I was really excited. So after almost, well, just about 24 hours of being there, my body was in shock. I was so tired, and I was in a lot of pain. So the nurses did tell me, if you want to go ahead and get an epidural, go ahead and get an epidural. Despite me not wanting to get an epidural, I went ahead and I tried to get it. The anesthesiologist went over and he told me, you know, there is a risk. Your membranes have been ruptured for more than 18 hours. There's a risk of infection that can be very deadly, and that can be very hard to stop once it's in your system. So after scaring me to death, I, leaned over the pillow, curved my back. He's like, oh, you have a tattoo right where the epidural space is. Oh, can't help you there. You're not going to be able to get one. So wasn't able to get one at all, which is okay because I think it was God's way of telling me, you know what, you got this. You can do it. So I was like a trooper. I went ahead and within 2 hours, so about 12:30, 12:45, I was about 9 centimeters. I had this immense pressure to push. My body was automatically doing it on its own. I could not hold this back. Could not. So I told Mike, I said, hey, get the nurses. I think this is it. I think it's time. Here you go. She came in, checked me. I was only 9.5 centimeters. She told me, you cannot push. You need to hold this off. I couldn't stop. I literally was trying so just like that. Finally, longest 45 minutes of my life. Boom, boom, boom. Longest 45 minutes of my life. Finally checked me. I was 10 centimeters. I was ready to go. I was ready. Pushing felt amazing. Had no pain. I was just laying there ready for those contractions to just contract and push her out. And I pushed her out within 20 to 25 minutes. And that ring of fire is no joke. No joke. Just glad to have finally given birth. It was all over. I got to see this beautiful 7-pound, 12-ounce baby, 21.5 inches long. They went ahead and set her directly on my chest. We did skin to skin. It was a beautiful moment. I looked up at Mike, I looked down at her, and just to realize, hey, here's our little family. We have it. We got a little family. Very magical moment. So everything was fine. I did want to do the delayed cord clamping. I even told them before I was in labor that I wanted to do it. They didn't do it. They totally ignored that. But I was so involved in her, it didn't even really matter. Mike cut the cord. Everything was fine. She came out perfect. And then I went home a day after. They did stitch me up. They really didn't tell me if I had any lesions or anything, but they sewed me up. Not sure how that all worked, and it hurt very bad after the numbness finally went away. So, but finally got to go home after just being there for a day. Didn't want to be there for the 2 days. Just wanted to go home. I was an emotional wreck. I wanted to be left alone with my baby. But here she is. My beautiful little baby girl. Look at that beautiful baby. My labor and delivery story. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, go right ahead. I put out content at least 2 to 3 times out of the week. So I hope to see you guys back for some more future videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.